What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Experiment. Hey, thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel here. Guess what? That's right. We're going to jump on the bandwagon, talk a little bit about what's going on with the coronavirus. It's happening with us and what you got to look forward to here at the Wrenched Out Experiment. So stay tuned. Look into this and then... All right, guys. So thank you again for tuning into the Wrenched Out Experiment. I actually have a whole slew of videos cut and ready to go. And courtesy of the coronavirus, I did not put those out because I was like, shit, all of this stuff is happening. Yeah, it's crazy times right now. So for those of you that are faced with any kind of financial burden, or of course any medical burdens to with this, my sympathies are out with you guys, and this is just crazy. It's crazy times. It's crazy to see and be an active part of the 2020 coronavirus. I know from the standpoint of just being an American citizen, listening to the federal government, the big government, and then the local government, and all the advisories and the social distancing and all the jackasses buying way more toilet paper than what they need, and buying out this and buying out this, arriving and going to the store. I personally have been to stores where the meat section looks like they were selling T-bones for $1 each or something, because this is crazy. So with kicking this little video off with that, consider your neighbor, consider, what your needs truly are, because like some of this shit is just so ridiculous. Number one, social distancing, it's exactly that. St. Patty's Day is here. By the time this video comes out, it'll be past. Stay at home. If you've got some friends that have been quarantining themselves, invite those friends over. If you're quarantined, they're quarantined, shit's okay. Do not go to the bar with 20 other people. Don't even suggest that. I mean, like this stuff with people, I watched some videos on just crowds and crowds of people wanting to go out to the bars, wanting to do this, wanting to do that, and they are doing that. Now, the thing with the coronavirus is that a lot of the folks in their early to mid to late 20s are almost unaffected of this by this coronavirus, but they're carriers. Which ultimately means that guy goes and has that green beer, or those 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 plus people at your local bar enjoy that St. Patty's Day drink, and the next time they're at the gas station or wherever it may be, it could be anywhere, as an active carrier, no symptoms or signs shown, they get the pleasure of passing that on to some innocent person because they're not taking, at minimum, any precautions or very few. So please take a moment. Really do care about your neighbor, your grandma, your mother, your brother, etc., and just distance yourself. I've been working from home for days, and I'm sure I'm going to be for the next couple of weeks, as a lot of you guys are. Now, it has its own challenges with that. Obviously, there's some really, for me and in what I do for a living, I've had some really busy hours on end, taking phone calls, emails, just blowing up. And then there's hours where I'm working on different things. I'm trying to pass the time the best I can. Fortunately, I had some cleanup here in the office. Probably can't see it quite that well. I'll do a video just on that. But I had to clean up some shit in the office. I'm sure it'll continue. I'll continue kind of chipping away at little mini projects here when I want to take a break from work. I've got some projects in my garage. I can and will spend some time with my kids. But we are keeping the house extremely clean as far as disinfecting and wiping down doorknobs, sanitizing clothing, dishes, so forth and so on. That's pretty much turned into a daily routine, simply because it's what needs to be done. It's the right thing to do. And I don't want to get this stuff. I don't want my family to get it. With that being said, I've got family all over the U.S. like most of you do. And I am highly concerned. But at this moment, there's not a whole lot I can do outside of my own control. So, I've checked in on those that I love, and I hope you do the same. And, if they sound like they need help, help them. If they sound like they're not sure what to do, reiterate what everyone else should be doing. That's social distancing, sanitizing, washing hands, so forth and so on. And stop finding yourself in bad positions with groups of people. All right, enough of that shit. Yeah, that's the other thing with this coronavirus, man, is it's stressful. The shit's stressful thinking about all of this stuff day to day. I work from home often, but I don't work from home like on a weekly basis. I very rarely, if ever, have done day after day after day at home. I'll go into the office. I got a nice office. I've got cohorts that I do a lot of work and business with. So that part to me is odd. Staying home for predominantly the whole day in and day out, is also strange because, as you guys may or may not know, I like to go to the gym. There's times where I like to just look at shit at the store, or take my kid X or take my other kid Y and do these things. And with no activities like that, it's very strange. So I will overcome that through time, just like all of you have to. I mean, shit, watch YouTube, watch my videos, subscribe, share them, help me grow. And if not that, watch TV. There's a shitload of great Netflix shows on. You've got Hulu, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got, just endless entertainment opportunities and choices that you can make just from the seat of your home. Right now really is probably the best time in history to be locked down on home, because guess what? You don't have to go up to Blockbuster or anything even of the sort. So, log in shit. You could probably run a trial service on one of these entertainment things, and by the time it's over, hopefully some of this coronavirus and this contamination, or the quarantine stuff will be a thing of the past, and cancel your trial subscription to Showtime or HBO or what have you, and life moves on. So in addition to that, you got video games, you got board games, you got shit, make those phone calls to that long lost aunt that you've been wanting to call, or whatever. There's a million different options out there. Just find something. Don't let this get to you. And as far as I'm concerned, I've got a bunch of videos actually cut, ready to roll. So I'll start rolling some of those out. So obviously there won't be any mention of the coronavirus in those videos. That's why I wanted to jump ahead of the curve here and go ahead and talk about it, talk with you guys about it. And what are you guys doing to pass your time during this coronavirus? So drop a comment down below. I'm interested to hear. And is it creating an opportunity for you to do something that you've wanted to do? I feel like that I'm going to be faced with that here relatively sooner than later. I haven't thought too much about it yet, but I would be surprised if I don't start saying, hey, shit, what about that thing? I really want to dive into cable management. I really want to dive into maybe my old comic book collection and go back through them, or something like that is what I'm talking about. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to leave it at that. I appreciate you guys checking out our video again. I'm Anthony. This is the Wrenched Out Experiment. Make sure to hit subscribe down below. It does mean a lot to me personally. It means a lot to the channel. I've got a lot of videos coming for you folks, so you get to see that. And, of course, wash your hands. Get in on that social distancing. Stay at home. Help those around you. And I'll see you in the next video.